Nice to be with you for Group 1 Glory, our review of Australia's finest racing from 2006. The autumn carnivals from Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide, Brisbane for their popular winter carnival.
From Virage to Fortune, Proprietor a length away third, two then to Takeover, Target, Solar, Antiquity the Fence, then Stratum, What's the Mail, further back Wildly, Miss Andretti, then Econsul, and last of all Grace and Power. Schnitzel first for home, and Virage to Fortune's under a lot of pressure at the 300 metre mark, then Proprietor out wider from Takeover, Target, Schnitzel in front, drifting down to the inside, 2 lengths in front of Virage to Fortune, then Takeover, Target, Proprietor and What's the Mail. Schnitzel going brilliantly at the 100 metre mark is holding Virage to Fortune at bay, and Schnitzel is going to win the Oakleigh Plate. Schnitzel by 2 lengths, Virage to Fortune, 2 away third, Takeover, Target from Proprietor. Grace and Power ran on from Miss Andretti, then further back What's the Mail. Econsul came into it from Wildly, Stratum, and last of all is Solar Antiquity.
Candyvale jumped well, Confectioner a little slow. Our Smoking Joe was away very quickly. Lad of the Manor's up there with him. Vroom Vroom settles third in the early part. Now he slows the tempo a little bit here, Callow, on Our Smoking Joe. Vroom Vroom came over and took up the running now, so Our Smoking Joe 2 lengths away second. Roman Arch third on the inside, and Lad of the Manor is fourth. He faces the breeze. 2 lengths further back as She's Just a Tad. 2 lengths behind these, Candyvale on the inside. Railings is around her, another 2 lengths away. Honourjeune travelling 3 deep around Ulysses. Vanquished on the rails and back towards the end of the field, Confectioner, and Demerges on his outside. They put the 1400 astern now, and Williams trying to slow them up on Vroom Vroom, leads by 1 length. Our Smoking Joe's second, 1 length Roman Arch on the rails, and Lad of the Manor is now fourth with cover. He's 1 out, 1 back. She's Just a Tad back on the inside. Then Honourjeune travelling a little better than midfield. A length further back in the field is Railings, 1 to Candyvale. Another length and a quarter then Ulysses, Vanquished, and then came Demerger and 2 Confectioner. Inside the 1000, Vroom Vroom beautifully rated in front, leads by a half length Our Smoking Joe. Roman Arch a length away third. Lad of the Manor perfectly positioned fourth the outside. Honourjeune has covered ground, and then She's Just a Tad. Railings handy enough, 6 or 7 off the leader. 2 lengths behind these, Candyvale, and then Ulysses. Confectioner starts his run at the end of Vanquished in company with Demerger. The field swings for home in the Daly Australian Cup. Vroom Vroom at the 500 leads by 1 length Our Smoking Joe. Lad of the Manor creeping up 3 wide. He's handy now as they corner. Then came Roman Arch, and further back Candyvale, and next is Railings. Vroom Vroom 300 left to go, leads by a half Our Smoking Joe. 2 lengths Lad of the Manor. Roman Arch and Candyvale is running a big one, but Vroom Vroom has the lead from Our Smoking Joe and Roman Arch. 100 to go. Vroom Vroom by 3/4. Our Smoking Joe, Roman Arch, Candyvale, 4 across the track. Roman Arch has won. Roman Arch has dived through a line of 4 to win the cup. Photo for the miners. Candyvale is there with Vroom Vroom and Our Smoking Joe.
Break the barrier. It's had the hardest run of all. On the inside, double portion from Courting, followed by Nicolapco. Then came Intriguing on the improve. They've completed 1 lap. Further back in the field, Crying Storm, the Bavarian, followed by Dane Bar. Now starting a run on the outside. Tubular Bells trying to come into it, followed by Ista, Kareem, Master Minx, Pipkin. Then further back came, as they come up to the bend, Ali Dar. Break the barrier, and last of all is Tingy Rana. The Adelaide Cup field on the homeward bound. On the bend at 500 metres to go. Exalted Time still about 3/4 in front of Zingo. She's coming out to the centre of the track. Claire Lindop on this leader. Then came the Bavarian, who's sneaking home on the rails from Crying Storm, Courting. Here's Black Tom, the Perth Cup winner, to the outside, runs on now, and coming with him is Tubular Bells at the 250. It's Exalted Time, 2 to Crying Storm. Tubular Bells is starting to come down the outside. It's still Exalted Time. It's Claire Lindop, Adelaide's leading rider, going for life in the Cup. Exalted Time's got them beaten. What a result for Jim Smith, his second Cup. And Exalted Time led all of the way in the Adelaide Cup and scored by a length. Tubular Bell second. Ista Kareem came quickly for third from Crying Storm, Danebar. Then Intriguing, followed home by Tingy Rana, which made ground from the Bavarian. Courting for the... There's one playing up out wide. Off they go in the Robert Sangster Stakes. Chetwynd South off the inside, a little bit slow. Ellie Corsam away quickly. She'll have no trouble crossing and leading. Solar Antiquity showing speed with Ballet Society working forward on the outside of those. And going up towards the lead also Social Glow, followed by Strike Line. Crimson Rain handy, about 2 off the lead. Sovereign Miss wide with Truly Wicked, Beautiful Gem, Crevette, and on the inside of them Chetwynd South. A length away came Exalted Madam, followed by Unabated, Leone Chiara, Divine Madonna, then Make a Stand, and last of all is Carry On Cutie. 600 metres to go in the Sangster Stakes, and Ellie Corsam led the way. On the outside is Ballet Society, and they've drawn out about 2 in front of Solar Antiquity, Social Glow, then Strike Line. They're coming out towards the middle. Crimson Rain being pushed through the gap by Beedman to go after the leaders. Then Chetwynd South, then Beautiful Gem taken wider, trying to run on, followed by Truly Wicked, and further back Unabated near the inside. Leone Chiara, Make a Stand, not in it at the moment, but Ellie Corsam with a minor kick, a length in front. Social Glow, Crimson Rain can't reach them. It's still Ellie Corsam in front from Social Glow on the outside. Then came Truly Wicked closing for third, but Ellie Corsam by a length. Second in was Social Glow, third was Truly Wicked, and Divine Madonna flashed up late. Then there's a wall of them, Unabated, Crimson Rain, and so too Ballet Society, Sovereign Miss, and wider out Make a...
Racing, and Dream Ballad and Head Turner go straight back. Flying Pegasus began well, but Hotel Grand is fired out by Jay Ford. And it's Hotel Grand taking the lead from Flying Pegasus. Primus in the blue colours settling down in third spot. It's on the outside of Testifiable, and then came De Beers. Beauty Watch, the only filly in the field, settling midfield and 3 deep. Sepia goes up on the rail from Sumac and Dream Ballad. Cool Scene was next, and then Kincham, Bow Covered, and last is Head Turner at the first bend, and Hotel Grand kicks away. He's 2 lengths in front of Flying Pegasus, right on his back in second spot. 3 lengths to Primus third. Then came Testifiable, De Beers, and then came Beauty Watch, Sepia. Sumac's in between that pair, 2 lengths to Cool Scene. Then came Dream Ballad, followed by Kincham, 3 to Bow Covered, and Head Turners on the inside last of all. They've gone lickety-split in this, 600 to go, and Hotel Grand by 2 on Flying Pegasus, getting the tag into the race, and Primus is on his back in third spot. Then came De Beers, moving up around the outside from Testifiable. Beauty Watch has never been on the track, followed by Sumac and Sepia. Then Kincham making up some ground from Dream Ballad, Cool Scene, Bow Covered, and Head Turner is last. Into the straight now, and it's Hotel Grand in front of Flying Pegasus. Primus is under pressure down near the inside, and De Beers is making a run right down the outside. Hotel Grand still the one to catch at the 200. Flying Pegasus coming after it, and Sepia's coming through near the inside. De Beers the outside, and then Primus. It's Hotel Grand and Flying Pegasus. Primus is coming up on the inside. Hotel Grand, they can't get past him. Hotel Grand wins it from either Flying Pegasus or Primus, and back in behind them next was Sepia, and then came Sumac and Testifiable from Head Turner. Back behind them next was Beauty Watch. Racing in the Coolmore Classic, and Aqua d'Amour has walked out of the stalls, missed it 2 lengths. Regal Cheer jumped away quickly. Breezy is showing speed, and so too up there is Infinite Grace. As they sort themselves out, it's Breezy taking over from Hollow Bullet. Prisoner of Lovers going forward, and Regal Cheer fourth on the rail. Steph Lara's back on the inside from Plans. Infinite Grace now drifting back, and Umber's trapped out 4 deep. Then came Bandara. Back behind them, Extreme and Star Shiraz. Calvin was further back in the field, followed by Mnemosyne, who's only in front of 3 runners. Charmville, Aqua d'Amour's gone past 1 runner, and that is Johan's Toy. It's Breezy finding the fence at the 850 from Prisoner of Love, striding up to second. Regal Cheer third on the rail. Hollow Bullet was next, and then came Steph Lara and Plans. Umber's off the bit. Then came Infinite Grace, Bandara, Star Shiraz from Extreme. Calvin was further back. Mnemosyne is back behind those horses with Charmville. Aqua d'Amour and Johan's Toy is last, and 15 off the lead. It's Breezy bringing them for home in the Coolmore Classic from Regal Cheer, popping off the fence. Prisoner of Love under pressure outside it. Then came Steph Lara and Plans from Star Shiraz. Mnemosyne is still a mile back as they get to the 300, where it's Breezy hanging on at the moment from Regal Cheer. They've booted away. Down the outside, Star Shiraz from Steph Lara, but the 3-year-old Regal Cheer is headed for home now inside the 200. She's dashed nicely clear from Breezy, Star Shiraz. Regal Cheer's getting a little bit tired, but she'll hang on and win the Coolmore Classic. Regal Cheer from Star Shiraz, and Mnemosyne got third, and then Johan's Toy and Extreme followed by Lets Them Go. And Our Smokin' Joe and Spirit of Tara and Desert War jumped out well. Eramene's in the first four. Then came Vanquish going forward past Lachlan River from Men at Work. Dezella's back on the inside. The Caulfield Cup winner Railing settling back in behind them from Wild Iris. And last of all is On Adjourn. It's the Cassidy boys in front here. Desert War on the inside and Our Smokin' Joe the outside as they go to the 1600 metres. The favourite Eramine is third on the rail and Vanquished is running fourth, and then came Lachlan River. Spirit of Tara midfield on the fence. Then Men at Work, Dezelle, followed by Wild Iris, Railings and On Adjourn as last of all. In the back straight, 13.50 to go, and Desert War kicks away now, leads by a length and a half on Our Smokin' Joe. Eramine's in the box seat on the inside from Vanquished, and then came Lachlan River. Behind those horses next we've got Men at Work covering up Spirit of Tara, followed by Wild Iris and Dezelle. The two Oaks winners racing together. Railings is second last, and last of all is On Adjourn. More than halfway home now as they hit the 1,000 metres, and Desert War's in front from Our Smokin' Joe, and Eramine is back in behind them, so most of the fancied runners are 1, 2, 3, and then came in behind them Vanquish from Lachlan River, Men at Work and Spirit of Tara, Wild Iris and Dezelle. Railings is starting to be niggered along, and On Adjourn is back last of all. 700 to go on the Ranvet, and it's Desert War in front of Our Smokin' Joe. He's getting his ears scrubbed off. Eramine is coming off the inside, and then came Lachlan River. Vanquish was further back, and then Spirit of Tara. Dezelle going up on the inside from Men at Work. Wild Iris. Railings is still second last, cutting the corner, and last is On Adjourn as they turn for home, and Larry Cassidy shoots Desert War nicely clear. He's 2 lengths on Our Smokin' Joe. Eramine coming right down the outside from Lachlan River. Eramine is starting to go after Desert War. Our Smokin' Joe in the centre, but Eramine goes up on the outside to challenge Desert War and take over now. It's Eramine kicking away with 100 to go, and Eramine in the white colours is going nicely clear. It'll win it from a photo second and third. Desert War has finished there over the line with Our Smokin' Go, got checked on the post, and then came Railings, which made up plenty of ground. Stand by for a start, and the Guineas are off and racing. And as they appear in view, it's Hotel Grand jumping away very quickly with Testifiable, De Beers and O Oklahoma. Corowa is going forward, and so too is Darcy Brahma on the outside. At the end of 200 metres, Hotel Grand takes it up from Corowa, and Darcy Brahma coming across to settle down second now. Oh, Oklahoma back on the inside is De Beers, and then Testifiable, followed by Dream Ballad and Primus as midfield, and 3 wide as they thunder into that first corner. Going around the outside, there's another runner improving there at Sumac. A couple of lengths to Kincharm, followed by Commanding Victory. Beau Covert well back with the Jonker head turner, and 2 lengths to its stablemate Spinney last of all. They're in the back straight, 13.50 to go, and it's Hotel Grand on top, but Corowa's ripping around the outside now to go up and attack for the lead. So it's Corowa putting its head in front from Hotel Grand. Darcy Brahma, Sumac still can't get on the track, and he's pressing forward around the outside to go up to second. Then came De Beers, followed by Oklahoma. Behind them next is Dream Ballad. Primus is still out wide, then Testifiable and Kincharm. Back behind them is Commanding Victory. The Jonker on the outside from Head Turner, and then came Beau Covert and Spinney as last of all. There's been plenty of chopping and changing, but it's Coral in front at the 800 from Sumac running second. Hotel Grand, the favourite, is right behind them on the rail, and Darcy Brahma on the outside. Oh, Oklahoma is starting to go up 3 wide, and then De Beers and Primus is still off the track from Dream Ballad, Testifiable, Kincharm, the Jonker, and then Commanding Victory, Head Turner. Beau Covert and Spinney sees them all as they come for home now in the Guineas, and it's Coral in front leading from Sumac. Behind them Hotel Grand is off the bit. Oh, Oklahoma has gone around him with Darcy Brahma. He's in trouble getting out, and De Beers is getting a split as well, and Primus is coming down the outside. De Beers got the split one off the fence. It leads from Darcy Brahma, Oh, Oklahoma, and Primus, and further back behind them next is Head Turner. It's De Beers in front, Primus and Oh, Oklahoma. 3 of them settling down to fight it out. De Beers is just in front, and De Beers has won the Guineas. De Beers from either Oh, Oklahoma or Primus, and then Kincharm and Head Turner, followed by Testifiable and Spinney. Stand by for a start. Racing, Aqua d'Amour's missed it, and so did Kinjar. They both walked out of the stalls, missing it 1.5 to 2 lengths. Our Smokin' Joe on the outside has hunted forward and takes up the running from the Baldy Place. Lachlan River going up on the outside. Roman Arch was next, followed by Demerger. Then came Eramine. Back behind them, Railings and On Adjourn. Aqua d'Amour next from County Tyrone, Dezelle. Kinjar throwing its head around, and Envoy is last of all. Past the members' stand and around the first turn. And the leader is Our Smokin' Joe, clearly on top by over a length on Lachlan River. Roman Archer's next. Our Smokin' Joe is hunted along by Cassidy. He opens up 3 or 4 lengths. Lachlan River is second. Roman Archer's third in a very strong BMW. The pace is hot. About 5 or 6 lengths behind them, Demerger and Eramine. And then came Railings on the inside of Honourjeune, County Tyrone. And then came Aqua d'Amour, and further back was Envoy. Dazelle is back on the inside, second last, and Kinjal is last of all. Well, he's put the brakes on Our Smokin' Joe, and Lachlan River goes up on the outside to be a neck away as they get to the 1400. Roman Archer's camp right behind that pair. They're about 10 lengths in front of Demerger, followed by Eramine, and then came Honourjeune, followed by Railings. County Tyrone was back behind them. Aqua d'Amour's on the inside, followed by Envoy. Dazelle is second last, a half a length away, and Kinjal is last of all. This leading trio still a mile in front as they get to the 1000. They're more than halfway home, and it's Our Smokin' Joe. Cassidy is going again. He leads by over a length on Lachlan River in second. Roman Archer's third. 8 or 10 lengths to Demerger. Eramine was next, and then came Railings on the inside. It's going away from Honourjeune, and then came County Tyrone and Aqua d'Amour. Envoy was next, followed by Dazelle, and Kinjal was last of all. He couldn't see the leaders with the Hubble telescope. Getting to the 600 metres, it's Our Smokin' Joe in front of Lachlan River, who's under the whip. Our Roman Archer's dropping off. Eramine is starting to make his run, and then came on the inside Demerger. Railings is hooked to the outside by Beedman, and further back was Aqua d'Amour. Our Smokin' Joe trying to lead all the way in the BMW. He's making a bold bid for victory. He's 3 lengths in front of Lachlan River. Here comes Eramine, and Railings starting to warm up down the outside. Our Smokin' Joe's getting tired. Eramine's the first to go after him. Railings and Aqua d'Amour are closing. It's Eramine going to Our Smokin' Joe. Railings is coming after Eramine, but Eramine shot away. 100 to go. It's Eramine in front, and Eramine will win the BMW from Railings and Our Smokin' Joe.
Just the start, and one of the best to break the line was Motspur. Commencing very speedily on the inside was Magically, and going around them Century Serb, Dance the Waves and Proprietor right up there, followed by Our Sweet Moss. A length and a half further back is Strata California Dane getting out of its ground, and so too Proprietor. A length to Black Ink and 2 to Media, followed by Crimson Rain Mustard, and undoubtedly is last. 550 to travel, and Century Serb leads. Impaler's gone to second. Dance the Waves third. Motspur is running fourth, followed by Magically, and then Our Sweet Moss and Strata. Length to California Dane, and the others ahead of there as they straighten up by Crimson Rain. On top of the rise at the 300, and Century Serb is the leader. Impaler running second. Let's look for California Dane. Beedman is getting a run on the favourite now, but they're right across the track. Magically got through. Proprietor's coming home doggedly now, and right down the outside, Media. Proprietor hits the front. Media on the outside giving chase, but Proprietor wins the Galaxy from Media. Third on the inside.
Nice to be with you for Group 1 Glory, Brisbane, for their popular winter carnival. The Weight for Age BTC Cup was this year run as a Group 1 race for the first time.
BTC Cup at Group 1. They're racing now, and Virage de Fortune won the start, bounded out in front, all bar one, and Dance the Waves are now going fast, and so too is Century Serb. And when they go up to the first corner, have a look at them go, going past the 1000. All bar one went through on the inside to be the leader from Century Serb. Virage de Fortune and Single Rose and Dance the Waves is wide, followed by Mnemosyne, Undue just behind those, and Black Ink midfield on the rails, followed by Volatant. Then comes Daunting Lad, Impaler, Media, GI, Jane, Fillets and St Basil. At the 600, all bar one is the leader. A length over Single Rose, 2 to Century Serb on the inside of Virage de Fortune. A length and a half to Dance the Waves. Black Ink picking up good ground on the rails. Then Mnemosyne, Undue, Daunting Lad, Media, Volatant and Fillets and GI, Jane, but all bar one skipped away at the 300. Out by 3 to Single Rose, Century Serb. Black Ink trying to get into the clear now, then Daunting Lad, Virage de Fortune, Mnemosyne. All bar one is the leader. Daunting Lad and Black Ink after all bar one. All bar one tackled by Daunting Lad. GI Jane along the fence late. GI Jane got up to beat Daunting Lad. All bar one third, and Black Ink's in a photo for fourth with St Basil, then for late. In the back straight of the 1200 metres mark, and Martu made play by the neat length. Bazella's second. Roman Arch getting the gun run third on the fence, being trailed by Vouvray fourth. A length to Brave Lancer. 2 to Reclaim ahead, Octopussy on the rail. 2 to Above Deck, ridden very patiently by Mark Zara today. 2 lengths away, Super Friend on the inside of Ike's Dream, and 2 to High Academy. They're on the top corner. They've got 800 metres to go in the Doomben Cup, and it's Mnemosyne making play by 3 parts of a length. Bazell 2 lengths away, Roman Arch ahead, Vouvray the outside, 2 lengths away, Brave Lancer on the inside of Reclaim. Above Deck's about to peel out 3 deep. Octopussy took the shortcut on the rail. Extreme is tracking up behind those from High Academy and Super Friend. On the turn, 500 metres to go. It's Mnemosyne first around the corner and neck in front of Bazell. Vouvray 3 out. Roman Arch on the fence looks for the way clear from Octopussy, and Above Deck is coming at them, and so is Extreme. Mnemosyne joined by Bazell at the 200. Above Deck sprinting quickly. Octopussy on the fence from Roman Arch and Extreme, but Above Deck, he's shot to the lead with 100 metres left to go. He's opened up and he's got the cup one. Above Deck streaking away will bolt in. Octopussy might have run second, a nose in front of Roman Arch. Now it's a photo fourth. Bazell, Extreme. Set. Gates open, off and racing. Gee, it was a great start except for Street Smart, which went to the tail, and Virage to Fortune was the first to go and made a beeline for the lead. Daunting Lad's going fast, and so too is Impaler, followed by Imprisoned. Volaton's going to settle in 5th position. Undue next on the inside of Classiconi. All bar one's going forward now, followed by Fashions Afield. Then comes Shania Dane a little bit deep. Showbiz Kid midfield on the rail, followed by Nevis. Red Ooger's getting back and he's wide around the top corner, followed by Street Smart. A long way back is Cool Front, La Montagne, St. Basil, Missed Potential and Star Shiraz. 700 to go. All bar one found the lead now from Virage to Fortune. Volaton third, followed by Impaler and Prison. Daunting Lad, Undue, followed by Showbiz Kid. Further back in the field came Classiconi, Fashions Afield. Then Shania Dane, Street Smart, followed by Nevis, Miss Potential, St. Basil. Red Oogs a mile back with La Montagne. Virage to Fortune slipped up on the inside of all bar one. Here comes Impaler after them quickly, followed by Undue. Fashions Afield down the outside, then Daunting Lad. Virage to Fortune, tackled by Impaler, and Undue swept up on the outside. Street Smart on the fence. Undue went to the lead from Impaler and Street Smart, and Undue's going to win the 10,000 from Impaler. Street Smart third, Miss Potential fourth, St. Basil rocketed home. The next Cool Front, Star Shiraz, Virage to Fortune. They're coming down the side, 900 to go. Magic Harmony the leader, 3 parts to Gaze, another 2 to Zanata. It's racing third, My First 15, fourth on the rail. Mary Marvel's next on the inside of Miss Molly Dolly, and now Allow starting to go forward. Kruger Valley starting to work into the race from Stars and Flight. Upstage has got shuffled back from Vietnam, and then Girl Margaret Pavlova. Beauty Watchers coming deep from Lamani. Bear Heart, Chick Sunday, Duo Nordic Dancer and Aqua Rain. Around the corner, 4.25 to go. Magic Harmony tackled by Gaze. Zanata 3 out. Here's Allow sprinting 4 out from Stars and Flight, and Beauty Watchers coming down the outside at the 300. Gaze just in front of us. Zanata, Allow, Beauty Watch and Stars and Flight. Pavlova's finishing down the outside, but the grey Allow sprint to the lead with 100 metres left to go. Pavlova and Vietnam down the outside, but Allow's broke clear close to home, and Allow will go home and win the Oaks easily from Vietnam. It's a photo third between Pavlova or Stars in Flight. The neck out again. Sculptor going up 3 deep on the outside. Our Roman Chariot fourth on the rails. Then comes just behind those Mallorca with Rocolo. Kincham shuffle back a bit on the fence. Then just Grandin Point Made, followed then by Master Dennis, Teppanyaki, Slim Pickings. Ice Chariot is slicing his way in between runners now. They're followed by Big Eagle, Vision and Power. Allows back on the fence from Time and Dandy, followed by Lonehead, Cape Breton and Latino is last. It's Belmonte over the crossing, 600 to go. He's just in front. Outside him coming to the corner, Scattergun, followed by Sculptor, Our Roman Chariot, Rocolo. Then Mallorca, Kincham shuffle back, Just Grand next, and Ice Chariot's trying to wend his way through. Belmonte the leader with 400 metres to go from Scattergun, and he's got away. Belmonte out by 2, Scattergun. Kincham running home from Our Roman Chariot, Sculptor, and Lonehead and Mallorca and Ice Chariot are coming. Belmonte the leader, Ice Chariot and Sculptor are coming quickly. It's Sculptor and Ice Chariot going to the lead from Lonehead and Cape Breton, but Ice Chariot's taken the lead. Ice Chariot's drawing away. He'll win a great derby, Ice Chariot, and the ride of the carnival. Ice Chariot from Cape